Another complaint has been filed against FINRA by attorney and investor Roza Tawil. So what's the latest update? Keep watching as we go through recent news as well as my MMAT chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. The previous application filed by Roza was dismissed by District Judge Robert Hinkle, so the attorney decided to file a complaint against FINRA stating the same problems. John Brda's interview on Fox Business has also crossed 100,000 views, bringing more attention to the matter. And as for NextBridge, estimates show that the value per share would likely be $132.7 based on their oil and energy assets, and oil prices are also projected to grow a lot next year as said by the International Energy Agency. In our opinion, the FINRA fraud is getting more and more attention as time passes and holders are not going to surrender. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right here, we're now in the 1-day chart for MMAT, and as always, we'll first analyze the 1-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and to end it off, we'll get to the 5-minute chart. But before we talk about this, of course, well, first up, the market is open. We're down 0.68%, right to a price of $1.45. But first, of course, we'll be talking about MMTLP and the update, right? So Meta Materials recently tweeted from, of course, their own account that NextBridge shares have been distributed, right? All NextBridge shares have been distributed. Now, what this means is, from what I can understand, is that they've sent all of those NextBridge shares to the exchanges and brokerages, but it's up to those brokerages to give those shares to their users now. And that's where I believe the problems are happening, right? Because a lot of people were replying to that, I haven't received my shares, I haven't received my shares. So that's probably the reason. And at the same time, I believe that it has given the brokerages a 15-day window to do that transferring part and give people their NextBridge shares. And at the same time, for those of you who were asking that when will you be able to sell, or rather, when will your NextBridge shares have a value? Well, that's of course when they start selling the assets and kind of get the valuation stuff going, right? That's again my understanding. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong on this one, right? And at the same time, if we talk about the valuation, right, what's exactly going to happen? Well, oil and energy alone will account to such a big number that NextBridge shares can be valued at $132, right? And of course, if that is done, it will still be a great compensation for all of you holders, right? And especially for the people who purchased at higher prices, right? For the ones that purchased around like a few dollars, that's, well, you made it big, right? That's easily a pretty much a 17-18x growth, I believe, right? From the last prices of around $8, that's almost an 18x growth, and that's of course a good thing, right? At the same time, if we talk about the lawsuit and the entire case situation going on, so we all know that Roza Tawil had filed a lawsuit against FINRA, but that got dismissed by the court, and they were like, hey, you cannot file a lawsuit, you need to file a complaint against them. And that's when Roza also filed a complaint, and now other people are filing lawsuits as well. At the same time, some scared short sellers probably are trying to bash Roza in the comments that, hey, not comments, well, tweet replies that, your complaints are this and that, they're weak, you haven't made them well, and this and that. But then again, the real ones know that any action, any effort is good effort, right? As long as we all have good intent towards the holders, because this really matters at this point, right? It's not really about how many returns we will get or how high will the stock go. It's now about basically about rights, right? It's a big issue considering the fact that if exchanges or banks or institutions can just take your shares and play with your money at any given time, what control do you have over your finances, over your money? That's a really big topic that everyone needs to consider. I don't know why I have these drawings over here. Let me delete them. Yeah. So once everyone starts considering that, we will probably see a bigger wave coming up, and this is just the beginning, right? MMTLP was just the trigger that we needed, and this trigger has finally got attention towards the entire issue of not even financial independence, but financial rights in general, right? So financial rights, basically any right that you have regarding your finances, regarding your assets, regarding your money, right? And it's high time that people start caring about this stuff because it will affect them. And at the same time, I'll quickly like to give you guys an example, right? For MULN, we all know that this is a well-shorted share as well. I analyze this on a regular basis, and now what just happened is that it got a $200 million order from Randy Marion Automotive, and at the same time, well, we all know it, the trading got suspended, right? So we all need to bring this issue up as well. We all need to unite as a community, right? Traders, retail traders need to unite as a community and fight against this stuff, because they can't really just come out here and be like, hey, you won, but well, we're going to steal away your trophy because you didn't won, or rather you didn't win by a certain set of rules. Well, that's not how it works, right? Sure, we did win, right? That's what matters. MMTLP holders, you did win, but they stole your win from you. So it's better that, of course, now I forgot to link the petition, of course, in my past video. So I will link that FINRA petition as well in the comment section of this video. And as always, I will also link the tweet and basically the Twitter profile of Roza Tawil, so you can go, you guys can go and help her out, collect evidences, and build a strong case against FINRA. And at the same time, I will find any useful materials regarding this and pin that in the pinned, I'll paste that in the pinned comment as well. But then again, of course, not financial advice, not legal advice. And coming back to MMAT, we can see that we're making somewhat of a cup and handle pattern over here. We made a cup over here, and now we're making a handle, right? So what's going to happen is that we will probably get increased volatility in a day or two, which I, of course, am expecting it to be around Monday, right? I kind of hope that it doesn't happen this week, because then we won't have enough time to do things. So in my opinion, it probably will be around either Friday or Monday, right? I don't think it will be on Friday, probably on Monday. So what's going to happen is that since we got this inside candle over here, and now I believe we're going to get another inside candle on Friday. If we do, we're going to get crazy volatility. Well, why did I do that? We're going to get crazy volatility on Monday's session, right? MMAT as a company, we all know it, right? It's pretty patent based, right? So if one of their patents gets successful, the company is going to go skyrocketing, right? So that's it for the fundamental part. And at the same time, if we talk about the price prediction, I already gave you guys a target of around $10 on the 1 year timeline, right? So I will probably reiterate on that, right? $10 still stands to be my target. I haven't changed it. I haven't changed up my mind yet. And I continue to be, well, not bullish in the short term on MMAT, because of course, with the entire situation going on, this will take a lot of time to recover, right? MMAT has taken a hit. After all, MMTLP was, well, it wasn't another company, but at the same time, it had a lot to do with MMAT, of course, because they were pretty much, the same thing but in different packages. And with that, of course, we'll have to jump on into the 1 hour chart and we can do more of the talking over there. And now that we're in the 1 hour chart, we can see that over here we did get strong volumes, but right now we're just not getting that volume that we want, right? We can see that we're making somewhat of a pin bar candle on the lower side, not exactly a pin bar, but a candle that indicates, well, we might make a pin bar, okay? Well, this candle indicates that we did go up, but then again, selling pressure was high, so we fell down by about 3 cents, right? At the same time, if we talk about support, we do have a strong support around 1.32, right? We do have another support around 1.35, of course, psychological level. 1.4, now I've already told you guys in my previous MMAT analysis videos as well that MMAT has linear support and resistance levels, because this is a stock that trades around basically the dollar level, right? So any stock that trades around the dollar level usually has linear resistance and support, where it is 5 cents up, or rather 2 cents up, 3 cents up, and a specific number that's just, you keep on adding it and you keep getting support and resistance. So for this case, we do have 5 cents, right? So this case, we can see that, let's say 1.25, right? Which, well, it was 1.24, but I'll explain that as well. 1.32, so that's 8, right? Add another 8 to that, 1.4, of course, good. 1.4, add another 8 to that, 1.48. We can see that, it did work. At the same time, we can see that we fell down over here. We're down 4.79%. I already told you guys that we will get increased volatility, but I personally was not expecting to get that so soon, right? We might make a pin bar over here, right? The moment I called it, we got a pin bar. Well, that's sorcery, right? So, well, I personally am not wishing for the stock to go down, right? If that's what you're thinking, I'm not wishing for the stock to go down. All I'm saying is that considering the current market scenario, I don't think the stock is in a healthy position to grow, right? That's basically what I'm trying to say. And with that, I don't think there's anything left to analyze in the 1 hour chart. So let's quickly jump on into the last and the best 5-minute chart. And now that we're in the 5-minute chart, we'll quickly jump on into the extended trading hours as well, because why not? And we can see that over here, we did get increased volume activity in yesterday's session when we were about to close. We took support around 1.38, and after that, we climbed in a straight pattern all the way up until 1.45. Next day, we can see that we did open around 1.4, went up, got resisted 1.48. Again, that same level that we talked about, right? 1.48 got resisted over there. Currently, we're down at this level of 1.41, but we did make a low over here at 1.39. So in my opinion, we might actually turn this into a bearish trend right now, right? Which of course, again, I'm not a short seller, right? I'm not supporting that. A lot of people have mistaken you, or rather mistaken me, for being someone who promotes short selling, which, well, it's not the case. At the same time, if you look over here, right, as long as we don't make another low, right? Basically, if as long as we don't cross the $1.38 level on the lower side, we are good to go, right? The stock will continue going sideways or going up. And at the same time, if we talk about today's price prediction, I believe we might actually close the day off a bit lower around the $1.35 range. But then again, I could be wrong. This is just my own prediction. So remember that this most definitely is not financial advice, and you should always do your own research before you trade. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel, Stocks 101, for more such videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.